Hi, my name's Claire Saunders. I'm here at Electronica 2024 with David Summerland from Wafertrain. How are you?
Good morning, and thank you for having me, Claire.
Absolute pleasure. So tell me a little bit about Wafertrain and why you guys are here.
Okay, well, Wafertrain is the trading arm of Search for the Next Limited, and Search for the Next Limited has been developing for the last 7 years a new wafer process from the physics, from the foundation of everything. And it's got 30 granted patents now, so we waited until those patents were matured, hence 7 years. So you have to go back 70 years in time to find our starting point. So it started off with bipolar or unipolar transistors, then came a new kind of transistor, a unipolar transistor or MOS, and then MOS led to CMOS logic. And as CMOS logic became more and more complicated, the machinery became more and more advanced that was required to manufacture it, which is where we are today. So you've got a very, very expensive bill for a 2 nanometer process. And the question was, could, by changing the physics, you remove the need for having such an expensive machine? And that is what we believe we've addressed.
So your company, your product is going to change the industry?
Yes.
And how is it going to be an advancement for visitors, attendees here? What are the key benefits?
Okay, so for an average IC, it tends to be a fabulous IC designer who designs it, and then you go off and get it manufactured. It wasn't always like that. You used to have independent device manufacturers, and what they did was design it and manufacture it themselves. So at the moment, the industry is fabulous and the fab. We're going to go back to the independent device manufacturers and make the 160,000 IC designers be able to manufacture their IC themselves, a bit like McDonald's. They buy a franchise, but instead of flipping burgers, they flip wafers.
Right, okay, cool. And you're here, I guess, and the sort of responses you've been getting from people so far, can you give us?
It varies from disbelief to how come we haven't heard of this,
Okay.
to how can we see this, how can we prove it.
Okay, fantastic. Well, you guys are in Semicon?
Yes.
In Hall C1.
Yes.
So if anybody wants any more information, I guess they can visit your website, which is wafertrain.com.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about how this will improve where we are now? Where will we be in 2 years after Wafertrain have push this out to the industry?
If we've got this right, we'll be heading to 0.2 nanometer equivalent geometries, which is way ahead of where we're forecast to at the moment. And the average IC designer will be able to afford to manufacture that. We won't have to go to the advanced fabs to do it. Having said that, I don't think the mega fabs and the customer base will change. Whereas the mega fabs are like a car, we're like a bicycle. So they will still cater for the Intels, the big chip manufacturers. We're not a threat to them. We are catering for the bikes, the 160,000 IC designers who would like to manufacture a 2 nanometer IC themselves as well.
So you're opening industry up for everybody?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Fantastic. Well, that's a really, really encouraging thing, particularly where the marketplace is going at the moment and the way that we see industry and lots of new innovations and stuff like that. It's really, really great to hear.
Thank you. And the last thing, Claire, if anybody doubts this, there is a fab right now. It's up and running. A franchise is up and running in Burton-on-Trent in England. They can come and see it. They can come and see the process being made for themselves.
Amazing. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Great for you to come here.
Thank you, Claire.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.